So as you know, it's a Monday and I usually do a Mac Monday on Mondays, but I saw this come out, NLE Choppa Letter to My Daughter official video, just when I was going onto YouTube to type in Harry Mack, and it caught my eye. Big time, it caught my eye because this is like a last minute change of plan. I want to react to this. NLE Choppa Letter to My Daughter, it came out yesterday, which is Father's Day, and honestly I didn't even know he had a daughter. So I did a bit of Googling and found that he actually had a daughter in June 2020, and then since then it's been complicated. Let's just listen to this song. I'm pretty desperate to listen to this song. Sorry for everyone that was expecting a Mac Mondays, but I'll definitely do one on Wednesday.
If Drew didn't film it, then it ain't filmed right.
Said this shit might be the realest shit I ever wrote.
Hey yo, let me hear that, K yo.
Might be the realest shit I ever Letter to my daughter. I'm just trying to be a father.
Alright, I'm going to just start with the introduction. The fact that he said this might be the realest thing I've ever wrote. When I've always noticed when a rap starts with this might be the realest thing I ever wrote, or like just a video of someone rapping and that's what they say at the start of it, it always hits somewhere deep. Like every single time I've listened to someone say that and then listen to their rap, it's hit me. So I already know it's going to be deep. And then he says there, a letter to my daughter, I'm just trying to be a father. A letter to my daughter, I'm just trying to be a father. And the fact he's young, maybe my age. He's about 19. Yeah, so he's 18 years old. 18 years old. And the fact that he says, I'm just trying to be a father. Usually these rappers, or really anyone at that age, will not really want a child. If they have one and it's by accident, they leave it there. I mean, they might get an abortion, they might do something, but it's not the age that you want to have a child because you've got such a potential of life ahead of you. Like him, like NLE, he is a rapper, he's famous. So the fact that he actually wants to be a father it's beautiful, and I'm actually excited to listen to this.
In the back of the Rolls Royce, you came into with your shoes on. Finna cop a Rolls Royce car seat for my newborn. Baby girl, you blessed because I know some kids at group home. Ain't seen you since the week that you was born. Miss you in my arms. Mom be on some complicated shit, so I don't see you. She put the police on me at the end of the day. It hurt you, kinda hurt me too. Never let life lessons break you. Evaluate the mistake and just wait on your breakthrough.
Yeah. That first, I think it hit me right from that first bar when he was talking about the Rolls Royce and coming in with your shoes on. He said it with a little smile on his face. Literally like a little smile on his face. Like he was thinking about the memory and he was happy about the memory. Or you came into the Rolls Royce with your shoes on and he had this smile, and from that bar right there, that hit me. I miss having you in my arms. Mum put us on some complicated stuff. I mean, she called the police and it hurt you. It's gonna hurt you, kid. Even though they're so little, they're just seeing all this ruckus around them and they're going, what is happening? Your parents splitting up, no matter what age, it's pain for the child. But the thing is there, he built it back up. He went down, he went sad, but he built it back up. He said, learn from your life lessons. Never let them hurt you. Evaluate the mistakes and wait for the breakthrough. So always think 2 steps ahead. Always, these life lessons, this thing between your parents, learn from it, keep hold of it, evaluate it, so then in the future it doesn't happen to you. You're always 2 steps ahead because you're evaluating everything in life. I like how he went deep to then bring it back up and make it a point to say.
Me too, never let life lessons break you. Evaluate the mistake and just wait on your breakthrough. Off you clove, I turned over a new leaf, but I get the type of treatment that belong to a deadbeat. Know that God in the universe be working for me. See you growing up from afar tends to scare me. Even though shit got rough, I'm still praying for your mama. Hope you get the chance to see my grandpa and my grandma, cause they getting kinda old and grandpa been getting sick. So Mariah, if you hear this, can you please complete the wish?
No, I'm sweating. Why am I wearing a hoodie when it's gonna be, I don't know. First of all, let's start with the fact, is she called Clover? because he said, all for you, Clover, I'm turning over a new leaf. Clover, you know what they are, the little three-leafed leaves, the 3-leaf little plant things. You can get a 4-leaf ones if you're lucky. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but all for you, Clover, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm changing for you. Maybe that is why he changed, because I remember he took a very spiritual turn and he became a lot of a better person. Is that the reason? Because he had a child? But then he said, this is the sad bit, he said, but I get the type of treatment like I'm a deadbeat. And this is where life makes mistakes, because when a person's made mistakes in the past, people don't let them move on. They keep them there. They act like that's the same person they are always going to be, and they treat them that way. It's like you might have been such a bad kid in school, but you're turning over a new leaf, you're ready to move on, and no one's letting you do that. The same way you might have committed a crime and gone to prison, and that prison's taught you, and you've rehabilitated yourself, you've taught yourself that you're going to become a better person. But when you get out, they're treating you like you're still a prisoner. No one ever lets you move on when there truly is change behind him, and that's where it is there. He says, I'm ready to turn over a new leaf, but I'm still getting treated like a deadbeat. I feel like it's going to be a long video, considering all these lyrics hit something. Then from there, he still talks about deadbeat, but he talks about God, he talks about life still being there for him. And then lastly, now this bit was the saddest part. Let's listen to it.
Working for me, see you growing up from afar tends to scare me. Even though shit got rough, I'm still praying for your mama. Hope you get the chance to see my grandpa and my grandma, cause they getting kinda old and grandpa been getting sick. So Mariah, if you hear this, can you please complete the wish?
There. I'm still praying for my ex. That's what he said. I'm still praying for her. The fact that even there, she's done him dirty. She's called the police, not let him see his child, and he's still praying for her. And then he said, I really hope that you can just see my grandma and grandpa. Please just see my grandma and grandpa, because they're getting old, and I just, like, this bit actually makes me really sad, because they're getting old and I really just wish they can just see you. But the fact that one choice of Mariah, his ex, choosing if she wants to let them see the whole other side of the family, that's her choice, and that's the hard bit. The fact that these grandparents might not be able to see Clover is in the hands of this girl who's biased towards everything. This song is almost like, I really like the way artists don't, you know how people have journals, they have letters, they do that sort of thing. This is in music. He's speaking to her through his music. Mariah, if you see this, please listen.
The old and grandpa been getting sick, so Mariah, if you hear this, can you please complete the wish? Yeah. No pity for a G. I know I got a daughter that I barely get to see. It haven't been a couple hours, it's been since the first week, and lately I've been losing sleep, and it's been hard for me to eat. Last time I tried to see you, went to jail on that same day, fighting 2 felonies about you, and I got another case. If I shoot in the house that you in, take my breath away. I never put my hands on no woman, wasn't raised that way I wanted.
Last time I saw you, I went to jail that same day, but then he says, I'd never put her hands on a woman. That's not how I was raised. So the fact that you're making me become this person, that's not who I am. Oh, why is it so sad? I'm actually getting like really teary. The more important bit there as well is he said, if I shoot into the house, take my breath away. If I actually come and I touch you, or I lay my hands on you, I shoot you or anything, kill me. But I've never been taught to touch a woman in that, put my hands on a woman in that way. That's not how I've been raised. And yet, I'm in prison because of 2 felonies about you. The thing is, there's always 2 sides to every story. And we know Choppa's side now, but we don't know Maria's side. And I don't want to say that I believe everything Choppa's saying, but there's always 2 sides to a story. But if this was 100% true, this is the most heartbreaking thing I've heard.
The house that you in, take my breath away. I never put my hands on no woman, wasn't raised that way. I wanted a child, just to have something to live for. Now I'm dying just to see you, something that I kill for. Trying to be a co-parent, turn me to a no-parent. Feeling like a transparent, what I tell your grandparent. I cut my feet off, just to see your first steps. Bad enough I wasn't in town to see your first breaths. Might not hear your first words, and it's hurting me to death. Every time I try to do right, I get played to the left. Never.
He really wants to be a father. He really wants to be a father. He said straight there, I wanted to have a kid so I had something to live for. And now, what am I living for? The fact that I can't even see him. I want to be able to tell my grandparents that I have a child. I want to be able to see her first steps. I want to be able to hear her first words. I'd even cut my own feet off. I'd even sacrifice myself to see her succeed, see my daughter, to see my child succeed. He really is trying to be a better father, but instead he's getting treated like he's a deadbeat and getting sent to prison like he's nobody.
First words and it's hurting me to death. Every time I try to do right, I get played to the left. Never take it for granted. Shit like changing your pampers, you nothing less than a goddess. You better not lower your standards, a nigga call you something else. Bet I correct his grammar. Any question that you got, I promise I got the answer. Another nigga playing a role that I was giving the feeling. She might be calling him daddy, got me the sickest, so I'm tripping. If I slid on that boy and got the blicking, yeah, I'm tripping. Gotta separate my pride from my feelings. Please, no.
Alright. Okay, no. I thought he was gonna shoot this guy. And I thought, has he not learned? Like, he's just talking this whole time about being deadbeat and going to prison. Has he not learned that violence is not the way around it? And the fact that he did that, he looked like he was gonna shoot this guy. He ignored the gun and he handed him the letter. He showed that he has changed. He's not gonna hurt this person. He says that it kills me to death, the fact that you might be calling him daddy, but I'm not gonna choose violence as my option for this. And then he says there, almost the epitome of what a dad should be. He says, never lower your standards for anyone. If somebody calls you any less than what you are because you're a goddess, I will be the one to correct them. If you have any questions, I'll be the one to answer them. He wants to be that dad, that perfect dad that everyone needs.
Yeah, I'm tripping, gotta separate my pride from my feelings.
Yeah.
Please, no pity for a G. I know I got a daughter that I barely get to see. It haven't been a couple hours, it's been since the first weekend. Lately I've been losing sleep and it's been hard for me to eat. I can't really call it pain, cause I know this shit a process. God give us challenges and see us make some progress. Ain't nothing from the situation I can say I regret. Wouldn't even hit a reset, learn something life ain't teach yet. The walls start to close in this room, getting smaller. Laying in this room, I'm a design for my daughter. Playing this tune that I designed for the fathers. That's good fucking hearted, but distant from they tolerance.
I can't with this song. I can't with this song. His spirituality came out a bit more then. He said, I can't call this pain because I know that it's a process and I know God gives us these things to make us progress. That idea that everything in life is given for a reason, and I can't sit here and say that this is the worst thing in the world, because everyone's gonna have something worse. It's just a process, it's just something that happens, it's an obstacle for you to fight across. But Mel as well, he said, I wouldn't even press reset. Everything here I've not regretted, and I wouldn't even press reset. I wouldn't even want to start over because I know that this is a process. At the end of the day, it's fate, it's what's going to happen. He says, laying in this room that mum designed for my daughter, and the walls just keep getting in smaller, knowing that you're never going to see this room. That's a heartbreaking thing. The fact they planned it. They made a whole room for their daughter. And now sitting in there, can you imagine almost the future you could have pictured? Seeing your daughter laying in a bed or playing with her in the corner over there. It's all these things that are not now actually going to happen. And that's the worst part about it, when you think of the future that's not going to happen. The fact that me and my mum made this room together and now you're never even going to see it.
I designed for the fathers that's good fucking hearted, but distant from they tolerance. Read books until you go to sleep. Wake up, cook you something to eat. Mold you to a baby G, just like your daddy. Hope that you remember me, cause probably you my mini-me. Your mama my worst enemy. I'm praying she forgive a G. Tryna put me on child support, all the child needed support. Would've gave you more than child support could ever afford. Long-term relations or short-term greed. Just be careful what you pick when you the one that's in need.
He chose to become a bit more positive there. He said, I'd be the one to read your books. I'd be the one to cook your food. I'd make you a little G just like me. The idea, like, he said it with a smile on his face. He thought about the future again. He said, I'd be that person. I'd be this person. I'd do this for you. I'd do this for you. A bit more positive.
Long-term relations or short-term greed. Just be careful what you pick when you the one that's in need.
Yeah.
Such a big miracle. Such a little girl. Never let them break your spirit in this physical world. Cause you make the diamond shine more unique than a pearl. And I knew that you was mine from your smile and your curl. Please, no pity for a G. I know I got a daughter that I barely get to see. It haven't been a couple hours, it's been since the first weekend. Lately I've been losing sleep and it's been hard for me to eat. Please, no pity for a G. I know I got a daughter that I barely get to see. It haven't been a couple hours, it's been since the first weekend. Lately I've been losing sleep and it's been hard for me to eat.
You say black fathers don't matter. You say black fathers don't care. More than anything, I'll always be there.
made this song for the fathers that go through the struggle of being kept away from their child, and even the mothers who go in through the same struggles. Keep that head high. God got us in the long run. The marathon must continue. Love you. Wow. I feel like Matty Bell. This video is dedicated to my grandmother who has recently passed away. I didn't receive the chance to meet her great granddaughter before she left us, unfortunately. Love you. Rest in peace in paradise. R.I.P. The fact he actually said in his song, please, I hope my grandma and grandpa can see you just before they get too old and they get ill, and the grandma actually passed away. That is really heartbreaking. Really heartbreaking. He's 18 years old. He is 18 years old, and all that in one song. I don't know if you probably realise, but I almost cried about 3 times when I was speaking during that whole video. Like, I kept getting a lump in my throat, and it's so emotional. So emotional. I just hope that things work out. I guess spirituality has helped NLE the most in the person that he is, because he's the fact that now, like, again, in the past, he might have got that gun out of his pants and shot that guy, but he didn't. Now he's giving him a letter. He's knowing that violence is the option. He's doing all these different things. He's changed his life. He's not saying he wants to reset anything. He's saying that it's all a process, that he's just ready for the future, and what happens to him happens to him. And that's the best thing that you can really do. Just go just live in the present and just see what happens, and trust something above that it'll work out for the best. That is it for today's reaction, guys. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up button. This is definitely the realest thing he's wrote. Hit that like button if you agree with that. Comment down if you agree with that. Bye.
What comes next? Blue light as he speed past the stop sign. Now this mom because he wrong, she's so